This is my first speech, so as it is my first speech, I thought that I would talk about the positives in my life rather than sort of dwelling on the negatives. In the past, growing up, I really liked watching wrestling. I don't know if any of you are wrestling fans, probably not. But yeah, I like watching wrestling. And the reason why I like watching wrestling is mainly WWF wrestling, is because the wrestlers themselves were so flamboyant. They wore really bright colours and they were really muscular and quite tall. A lot of them were over 6 foot tall. So they were really, it was quite an attractive thing to watch, and I felt quite attracted to them. Not sexually, obviously, but yeah, that was quite a big thing for me. So how pleased I was when my sister told me on my 12th birthday that she'd got me tickets to a major wrestling event at Wembley, which is called SummerSlam. And we went to Wembley and we saw all the wrestlers that I've watched on TV, and there was 80,000 other people there, and it was really loud. It lasted forever, and it did seem like it was only on for 3 hours, but it seemed like we were there for about 10 hours. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, I really enjoyed myself, and I think my sister just took me because she loved me. I'd say another major positive in my life would be meeting Cassandra. I met her on New Year's Eve in 2009. What happened was me and my friend were on a pub crawl in Camden in London, and Cassandra and her friend, they were on the same pub crawl.
Hey.
What happened was my friend and Cassandra's friend ended up hooking up. We didn't. We exchanged numbers, but nothing happened. But then we were texting and stuff, and when she told me she liked fancy dress and McDonald's Happy Meals, I knew she was the one for me. So now we are engaged. She actually said yes when I asked her the question, and we're looking to get married in March next year. So that was a major positive for me. Another major positive was we did a working holiday in Australia for a year. We went to Australia a couple of years ago, just for a year, and and I've never really done any travelling before. Cassie's done loads of travelling, but personally the furthest I went was France with the school for a day. So it was really good. We went to Malaysia, Australia and Indonesia, and it was a really good time in my life. And one of the hobbies that I like doing at the moment is baking. And the reason why I like baking was my brother once made some cookies, and I wanted to do the cookies as well. And because we had our own kitchen and I wasn't rushed, and there was no pressure or anything, I just had a go and I really enjoyed it. So then I started making cakes as well. And now I'm really quite good, if I do say so myself. Yeah. I normally bring a cake to Toastmasters, but I did forget today. So sorry about that. But Steve's got some cake over there that we can have in the break. Another major achievement is I've given up smoking. I did start smoking when I was 11 years old. Yeah, I know. I'm 33 now, so that's like over 20 years smoking, but I did it about a year ago, was it? I tried patches and gum and lozenges, but I didn't like any of those because they all made me feel sick. So I went to the doctor and he prescribed this pill called Champix. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. It's basically like a magic pill, and you take it and then you just don't want to smoke anymore. It's brilliant. So I haven't smoked since September the 14th last year. I've given up, so almost a year in about a month. Just very briefly, some of my future goals. I really want to learn to drive, because I did have free driving lessons once. But on what was supposed to be my 4th lesson, the driving instructor didn't turn up. So I rang the office and I said, I've got a driving lesson booked today, but my instructor hasn't turned up. Do you know where he is? And then they said he's moved to Germany. So I don't know what that says about my driving, but and yeah, basically another thing I want to do is I want to have a successful internet-based business so that me and Cassandra can go travelling and I can run it from wherever we are in the world. And that's it. That's my speech. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster.